Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. It just sounds a little bit shady, and I would love Oprah to come out and tell us the truth. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, you guys, I got a good show set up for you guys today. I got one lead story. We're going to talk about Oprah Winfrey, and then I got quick news. We're going to talk about Kanye West, Sopranos, Adidas, Kelsey Nicole, Drake, and Mitch McConnell. And then we're going to jump into everyone's favorite segment, question of the day. I got a really good question of the day today. And then, of course, we will end off the show with a little bit of sports news. Y'all know what time it is. Get your headphones on, get your earbuds in, turn your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Oprah Winfrey to step down from the Weight Watchers board after previously revealing she used weight loss medication. Her shares from the company will be donated to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. All right. Well, before I get into this story of Mama O, I'm a little bit biased. I'm a huge Oprah Winfrey supporter. I always joke around and say that Oprah Winfrey is my fairy godmother. So I love Oprah. My mom and every woman in my family loves Oprah. So I might be a little bit biased, but I will tell the story as it reads. I do find this, before we get into the story, I do find this a little bit weird. I did speak on this, maybe it was last month, when there was the controversy of Oprah being on the board of Weight Watchers, and she was a 10% owner of Weight Watchers. And then her also talking about Ozempic, but then Weight Watchers actually owns a medical clinic or medical company that sells Ozempic. So Oprah promoting Ozempic, people were upset with her for promoting Ozempic because she's, for various bunch of reasons, because a lot of people still don't like the fact that people are using Ozempic for weight loss when it's a diabetic medication. I am one of those people. I had somebody in my family that has passed away that was diabetic, that was on Ozempic, but we won't get into that. Where was I in the story now? So yes, people didn't like that she was promoting Ozempic because she's part owner in a company that sells Ozempic, and the part owner of that company was also owned by Weight Watchers. So it's very connected and tied in, and Weight Watchers is supposed to be about watching your weight and about dieting. On the flip side to that, like I always try to see both sides, Weight Watchers started years ago before you had maybe healthy medications. So Weight Watchers was always about dieting and watching your food intake and do it naturally. So maybe they're looking and saying, hey, this was 20, 30 years ago. Now we have drugs that we believe in. So maybe that's why they opened up a medical company. I'm just trying to see both sides like I always do, and then have you guys form an opinion while also kind of giving you my opinion sometimes. But anyway, so that's kind of like the background of Oprah saying that she has taken weight loss medication. But to be clear, she has not said that she's taken Ozempic. She just said she's taken a weight loss medication and didn't say Ozempic. Okay, so that's the background. I hope I didn't confuse you guys. And if I did, hopefully when I read the story, it will all make sense. But that's the background to all of this, of why now it's even a little bit more weird that she's stepping down from Weight Watchers. Because, sorry, just to add in, hopefully I'm not adding to the confusion, but stepping down from the board and selling her shares, does that mean she's no longer a 10% owner in Weight Watchers? I don't know 100% how that works. And if she steps down from the board and let's say she relinquishes, let's say her selling her shares are 10% of Weight Watchers, then is she still part owner in the company that sells Ozempic, and she's still going to make money off of that? Like, I don't know. So anyways, the story is developing. Let me read a little bit of the story, and hopefully anybody who's confused out there, this may kind of bring it all together. So it looks like the end of an era when it comes to Oprah Winfrey and Weight Watchers. It has been announced that Oprah Winfrey will be stepping down from the company's board after almost 10 years. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the company shared that Oprah announced her decision to not stand for re-election early this week. She joined the board and became the face of the company back in 2015. Although she is stepping down from the board, she will still be working to advocate for weight, health, and obesity issues. All right, here's the part where it gets a little bit interesting and they're kind of touching a little bit on the controversy. Here's this. Her decision comes after last December when she revealed she used weight loss medication as a tool to manage, quote unquote. Aside from stepping down from the board, she also announced she'll be donating all of her shares in the company to the National Museum of African American History and Culture. The company's last proxy statement, Oprah's shares were valued at more than $18 million. So there you have it. I'm not too sure, again, still, her shares, if she has shares in the company, does that mean that you still have 10% ownership in the company? Or is her shares, the shares that she bought, gave her 10% ownership in the company? Because then I would think like that would mean that Weight Watchers is only worth $180 million if her shares give her ownership. From a businessman, I'm a little disappointed that I don't know the answer to that, but I don't know. I would have to look into that a little bit deeper. But there you have it. There's a statement. Oprah didn't make a statement herself, but Weight Watchers did. I will read another one to you just to kind of get another kind of perspective on it. This is from the Neighborhood Talk. Oprah Winfrey leaving Weight Watchers board after admitting she used weight loss drugs. Weight Watchers announced Thursday that Oprah is leaving its board after nearly 10 years. This news comes shortly after Oprah admitted to being an Ozempic warrior. Oprah said her decision to leave the board was not the result of any disagreement or any matter related to the company's operations, policies, or practices. Oprah is an inspiring presence and passionate advocate both for our members and for society at large in elevating the conversation about weight health. This is from the CEO of Weight Watchers. Again, so that last one, if you caught it carefully, they're saying, doesn't mean that it's true, but they're saying that this is not as a result of any disagreement or any matter related to the company's operations, policies, or practices. It's a gray area, man. Weight Watchers is all about losing weight healthy and naturally. That's what Weight Watchers is about. So Oprah coming out and saying, and also too, by the way, this article said that she admitted to being an Ozempic warrior, which from my research and from what I remember, she didn't say Ozempic. She just said she was on weight loss medication to manage her weight loss. So, like I said, it's a gray area, and I don't know if we'll ever really know the truth and know like the details of the background. You could step down from the board and still have something to do with other related companies. So, and they're not saying that it's a result of what she said. So, anyway, like I said, it's sticky, it's gray. Everyone's going to draw their own conclusions, but it just sounds a little bit shady. Sorry, Mama O, respectfully, my godmother. Please don't get mad at me, Oprah. But I don't know. This sounds just a little bit shady. And I would love Oprah to come out and tell us the truth. We know that she is known for just laying it out there and being honest. So I would love to hear Oprah's statement on this. I would love to know if she is actually on Ozempic. Tell us that. And I would like to know the background information of the companies that Weight Watchers owns that sell Ozempic. Are you still a part of that? That's what I would like to know, Oprah. All right, let's get into some quick news. Ring my bell. Kanye West has words for Kim Kardashian. Kim, take my kids out of Syria Canon now. It's a fake school for celebrities that are used by, quote unquote, the system. He also goes on underneath that post. He did this on Instagram, by the way. And underneath that post, he wrote, at this point, everybody knows what the system is code word for, with the big googly eye emojis. I was removed from my dad by the system, and the system removed me from my kids. When the system drafts athletes, they avoid working with those who have their fathers in their lives because they are harder to manipulate. My two oldest know who their daddy is. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know what's going on with this story, to be 100% honest with you. But what this looks like to me, like what I always talk about with Kanye West, is that Kanye West is in album mode. He is in shoe selling mode. He is in promo mode. So every day he's got to put out a post. And this is just a perfect example. This is why I'm actually starting off quick news with this, is that Kanye West every 2 days has to say something out here. Sometimes it's relevant, but here's a post. Kim Kardashian didn't do nothing in the past couple of days. You haven't seen Kanye West's kids in the past couple of days. Nothing. And all of a sudden, Kanye West is like, yo, by the way, Kim, take my kids out of school. See, and this is why people are always like, oh, Trent, you're a Kanye fan. You're always trying to promote Kanye West. No, I just call it like I see it. And I'm calling BS on this. Like, why do we have to know this? If you have a problem with Kim, call Kim. She's your mom. Like, why does this have to be on Instagram? And even yesterday, he made an announcement that he's changing his name on Instagram from Kanye West to Ye. You legally changed your name to Ye like 2 years ago. Why is your Instagram Kanye West and now you're just changing it? But like I always said, whether it's good or whether it's bad, I'll always tell you guys what my thoughts are with Kanye. And like I always say, Kanye is in album and promo mode, so we're going to hear him. Talking about that, just to add in before I go to the next story, I had a thought. This is a conspiracy theory, and it's a podcast, so this is what podcasts are all about. I think Kanye West talking about his Yeezys, talking about Adidas last week releasing his Yeezys, and him not being happy about it, I actually think that was actually him helping Adidas promote those shoes. For those of you who don't know, Adidas has, let's just say it was like, 1 million pairs of Yeezys left. They made a deal with him to sell off the remaining pair of Yeezys. Then they stopped when the war started, when the bombing happened in Palestine and Israel, between Palestine and Israel and Gaza and all that. They were like, hey, because Kanye had made those anti-Semitic remarks, they were going to stop selling them. And now they're starting back this week. And then Kanye West made a big post and said, oh my gosh, Adidas is selling my shoes. I think he is trying to talk about that, even though if it's in a bad way, to bring attention to it for people to buy those Yeezys, because he wants those Yeezys to sell out. And hopefully Adidas is going to be like, yo, even with him making those remarks, even with him bashing us, we could still sell Yeezys. And if not Adidas making a deal with him, somebody else in the fashion world is going to say, look, Kanye West comes out, markets his shoes, whether he likes it or not, and they still sell out. So let's get him a deal. That's just my conspiracy theory. I don't know if him and Adidas have kind of like a little back end deal where it's like, hey, let's kind of like beef on the forefront and just, regardless if we sell, we sell. That's what the point is, right? So regardless of how people perceive our relationship, let's just sell some product. Or if he's not in bed with Adidas, there's probably other companies that he's looking at to do business with, and he doesn't want his Yeezys sitting on the shelf. Does that make sense? I don't know. I could be reaching here. That could be like a wild conspiracy theory, but I do have conspiracy theories from time to time. But let me know if you guys think that that's just wild and crazy, or is he just actually really upset out here? Because we all know it's really just about money at the end of the day. But I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. Soprano star Drea D'Amato says her OnlyFans saved her life and paid off her mortgage in 5 minutes. I'm sure y'all remember The Sopranos. That's why I had to talk about it. Sopranos was one of my favorite shows. And I'm sure if you remember The Sopranos, or if you were a fan of The Sopranos, you for sure remember Drea. She was the hottest girl on that show. People would literally just tune in for her. I had no idea she had an OnlyFans, and I had no idea she was just broke. I mean, I don't understand how you could be on such a hit show and be like so strapped up for money. But anyways, I'll read you her article quickly. Actress Drea is opening up about how OnlyFans saved her life amid economic hardship. The Sopranos star 52 says she was on the verge of losing her home and only had $10 in her bank account before posting content on the platform. She says, quote unquote, OnlyFans saved my life 100%. She said in a new interview, "I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really did save us. They put me into foreclosure and my house flooded, so I was trying to sell my house quickly. I wanted to try to sell it before they took it," she explained to the Daily Mail. At the same time, I lost my mom. I lost my other mom who had dementia. We had ran out of money for her caregiver. I didn't know which way was up. The actress said that within 5 minutes of posting on OnlyFans, she made enough money to pay off her house and launch a streetwear brand as a secondary source of income. This is crazy, man. Drea said previously revealed that she was unable to get work in Hollywood due to her refusal to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that because I know, I'm sure a lot of my followers will remember her from The Sopranos. And yo, she was super hot. I actually Googled and I tried to go on Reddit to see some of the pictures on her OnlyFans. And I don't think her OnlyFans is nude because I didn't see any nude pictures of her online at all. But this goes out to like a lot of people thinking that the minute you hear OnlyFans, you think nude. I get into this conversation with people all the time. You could actually be on OnlyFans. Fat Joe is on OnlyFans. Cardi B is on OnlyFans. You could just make, of course, people want a little bit more than what you could show on Instagram and social media. So they're a little bit more racy. Not Fat Joe. I don't think Fat Joe is putting racy stuff out there, but for women, of course, that's how they get a little bit more money. Or you could just give your fans a little bit more access. That's the point of OnlyFans. It's OnlyFans, like kind of like your diehard fans. So, shout out to Sopranos. Shout out to Drea. She is looking hot. And anybody has any of her OnlyFans pics, send them to me because I feel like she deleted everything. She had her legal team wipe everything off of Reddit because I didn't find anything that would be on her OnlyFans. So anybody out there who has access or is paying for her account, send me some pictures. I want to see how she looks at 52. Adidas is finally making an official Bob Marley sneaker. Yo, it's about time, Adidas. Jeez. All right, let me read to you this release. It comes from Complex. Adidas is releasing a special edition of its retro SL72 running shoe in collaboration with Bob Marley's estate. The Bob Marley and Adidas SL72 is scheduled to launch as part of Adidas Summer 2024 range. I thought they were going to say campaign. According to an insert in the package of a pair of Complex received last week. Adidas did not respond to a request for comment on the upcoming sneaker. The brand hasn't announced the shoe, but Zuri Marley, a granddaughter of the late reggae legend, posted a pair on her TikTok about 2 weeks ago. The Bob Marley and Adidas SL72, the style code for those who are interested, style code is JP5171, has Bob's image and name on the tongue of the sock liner. The artist's signature is embossed on the heel in gold. The shoe comes in a black upper with green and wine-colored sections along the sole. While the upcoming SL72 will be the first official Bob Marley and Adidas sneaker, the brand has produced shoes connected to him, some explicitly, others have not. In 2008, Adidas worked with the Marley label Tough Gong on an Adidas Pro model. This year, as the movie Bob Marley, One Love renewed public interest in Marley, Adidas worked with the Jamaican theme project and designer Jerry Lorenzo unveiled a Bob Marley collection made by Fear of God athletic Lorenzo line with Adidas. That's really cool. For those of you who are listening to this and not watching, go to my YouTube channel, Trent Out Loud, to see the pictures of the Bob Marley shoe. I'm going to put them up. They look really, really, really cool. And look, I just saw the movie. I saw him wearing it in there. And I actually thought to myself, like, why hasn't Adidas done anything with the Marley family or done anything with Bob Marley? Like, this is my problem with Adidas. And I could say this because, like I told you guys yesterday, I think it was the day before, I had an Adidas account for close to 10 years. And I've had so much frustrating times with Adidas. They can never get anything right. They never release anything. They never launch anything. It's just, how could you not release this shoe at the same time as the movie's coming out? How do you not coordinate that? You know it's going to be one of the biggest opportunities or branding moments you can have. Bob Marley has Adidas all up in the movie. Whenever he's playing soccer, he's always wearing his Adidas shoes. And anyways, regardless, at least they're finally coming out with this. So shout out to Adidas for finally getting it right. Kelsey Nicole does her first interview since the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez shooting. Woo! All right. I have a little clip that I'm going to play for you guys in a minute, but just a little bit of a background here and to tell you guys what's going on with this. Kelsey is Megan's best friend who was actually in the truck with them the night of the shooting when allegedly Tory Lanez shot Megan. Do we have to still say allegedly now because he's been convicted? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, Kelsey was never on trial. She was I think she was at the court sometimes. I'm not too sure, but she never testified. No one's ever heard from her. She has said stuff on Instagram and put stuff out there, but this is the first time she's actually doing a sit down interview. I really don't remember now. It's been so long. I don't remember if she was in court. Don't quote me on that. Maybe she was in court because if she was there, she would have to have given a statement. But this is going to be the first time. Let's just pretend she did say something in court. This is the first time outside of court that she's speaking on an interview. It's almost kind of like a tell-all. I'll give you guys a little bit of clip so that you could hear it.
Everybody's lives that night changed.
Is that night the night that you actually found out about the betrayal?
So yeah, it did end up coming out that night.
You're the one that knows what really happened.
Well, there's a video that's out there, and the video shows this, and it shows that.
There was a video. There had to have been one.
Everybody is still so enamored by this case. Did Tory really do it? Did somebody else do it? A lot of people think it was actually Kelsey who fired the gun. I don't know if she's going to talk about that. There's also a video that a minor took, and apparently this minor wasn't able. The video wasn't admissible in court because it was taken by a minor. They asked their parents if they could use the video, and apparently the video is them. Is you see who was firing the gun, but the parents didn't give permission for the court to use the video because they just didn't want the attention. They don't want all that, backfire on them, or can't think of the word right now, but yeah, they just don't want all the press and all the attention that's going to come with it to their daughter. So I don't know if they're going to talk about that in the interview. Who knows what's going on? But I mean, I don't see how she could sit down and be like, yeah, it was me who shot the gun. So I don't know what's going on. Everybody is still always so freaking out of like, what the hell is going on with this case? Who did what or who did what? Like, I don't know. I still don't know what to think about this case. I don't think like the evidence was actually kind of like inconclusive, 100%. Anyways, I don't know what to think about this case anymore. I'm excited to hear. Maybe after I hear the darn interview, it will give me a little bit more clarity. Mitch McConnell announces he will be stepping down as Senate Republican leader in November. Yo, could you guys get my clap machine? A round of applause for Mitch McConnell stepping down. Yo, we are tired of Mitch McConnell. Let me read the report to you guys. On Wednesday, Mitch McConnell stepped out onto the Senate floor to announce he will be stepping down as Senate Republican leader after 17 years. McConnell, who has recently turned 82 years old, said, "I always imagined a moment when I have total clarity and peace about the sunset of my work. A moment when I'm certain I have helped preserve the ideals I so strongly believe in. The day has arrived today." According to CSNBC, although he will be stepping down as leader, Mitch McConnell shared his plans to keep his seat in the chamber with his term ending in 2027. I don't know what that means. Hold on, let me read this again. Although he plans to step down as leader, Mitch McConnell shared his plans to keep his seat in the chamber with his term ending in January 2027. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, all I know is that Mitch McConnell was a pain in the butt to Barack Obama, stopped Barack Obama from doing so many things that he wanted to do. One of the biggest things that I really don't like about Mitch McConnell, I shouldn't say I don't like about him, but what I don't like about what he did, because I don't know the man, but one of the things that he did, he stopped Barack from putting a judge that he wanted to put on the Supreme Court. And he said, you cannot do that because your term is coming up in like I don't know, 8 months or a year. And it's not fair that your presidential term is going to be ending in, let's say it was 6 months. So it's too late for you to put a judge on. But then when Trump wanted to do it before his term was over, he let Trump appoint a judge to the Supreme Court with I think it was 14 days left in his term. Obama had 1 year. On the flip side, Trump will do whatever he wants. And I wish Obama would have just been, you know what? I don't care what you say, and find ways around him like how Trump did. And Trump and Mitch McConnell, I wish Obama would have tried to find a way. But let's not get into that kind of political mess. But Mitch McConnell has stopped a lot of things and put a lot of progress that people have been trying to make. And he has really put his foot down and really gotten in the way of a lot of progressive ideas. That's what I was trying to say. I don't like a lot of his ideals. Let's just keep it that way. Peace out, Mitch. All right, this brings us to question of the day. If you received a check for $750,000, would you quit your job? All right. Y'all know we're going to go into the comment section and then I'm going to give you my answer. 40% of the people said yes. 60% of the people said no. I'm really proud that the majority has said no. Let's go into the comment section first. Bobby Penn said, I've quit for less. It's Biscuit put up a picture of LeBron in a conference room with the suitcase walking out. If you guys know what that means, you know what I'm talking about. Wave Logistic wrote, I won't quit, but I'm definitely going to leave at the earliest sight of inconvenience. Chanel C. Baby wrote, saving $750,000 is not a lot of money when most of y'all don't have $15,000 in your checking account. It's crazy. Cadet Campbell wrote, what I'm going to do with $750,000 in America in 2024? Seriously, what are we going to do with that? I Am Keto wrote, $750,000 untaxed or taxed? There's a difference. Really good point. I didn't even think about that. S. Nashe wrote, screw that. I'd quit for $7,500. Okay, I don't know what kind of money you making if you're quitting for that. KT Bay wrote, for the ones saying no, please tell me where you're working at so I can apply there. These comments kill me, man. Younging21 wrote, everybody saying no is not a hustler because with that, you can create your own business. Okay, remember that comment for what I'm about to say. JCap14 said, saying $750,000 is not a lot is insane. And then lastly, let's just choose one more good one. Let's see. All right, let's do two last ones. Miss Milta Tone wrote, not immediately, but they better talk to me nicely. And then Uncle Leroy 82 wrote, social media is such a flex. Regular everyday people saying $750,000 ain't no money. We used to be somewhat of a proper society. So a couple of key things here. There's a lot more comments I could keep reading, but couple of key things here. First of all, yes, taxed or untaxed, because that can go from $750,000 to $400,000 real quick. Good point. The other point, somebody said, you're not a real hustler because you take that $750,000 and you could start a business. You're wrong, sir. Yes, you could start a business, but who says that your business is going to be successful? Who says that your business is going to make it? And who says that you're not going to need more than $750,000 for your business? A lot of people out here don't realize that $1 million, $2 million, even a $3 million business, at the end of the day, when all your expenses are paid and your losses and your salaries and your rent, your net income is not that much. So my answer would be take the $750,000 or whatever. Let's say it's $500,000 after taxes. Keep your job. Yes, start your own company or invest in something that you want to do, something that you're passionate about. I always say that here. You can't just have it something that's just going to make you money. It has to be something that you're passionate about. Even when you work for yourself, it's still a job. It's even more of a job because there's nobody to go to. It's yours. So you got to make sure it's something you love. So start and invest in something that you love. Grow that. And when you are starting to make more money off of that company or business or investment than you're making at your job, then is when it's time to quit. I won't even take 100% credit for that. My psychologist told me that, and I thought it was the most brilliant thing ever. When the thing that you're investing in, when the thing that you're starting is making you as much money than the job you're at, that's when it's time to quit your job. Trust me. All right, this brings us to news. Between NIL and endorsements, USC quarterback Caleb Williams, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, Caleb Williams made roughly $10 million in his final 2 seasons in college. I thought this was interesting because there's still a debate back and forth if NIL is actually good for you or if it's not good. Well, not necessarily not good for you, but good for students, good for the league. I am one of those people who think that it's really good. I hated seeing college players be extorted pretty much, from colleges that are making billions of dollars, and then these college kids didn't have any access to that money or were not able to get endorsements while they're in college. So I am one of those people who like the NIL, and it gives opportunities for athletes that are in college to make money and make endorsements. But the reason I wanted to talk about it is that I had no idea they could make this much money. This is crazy. He's a potential first-round draft pick, and he reportedly earned close to $10 million, man. That's a far cry from, the students that not only not only couldn't make money while they were in college, but there's a lot of student athletes that got in trouble for going behind their college's back and taking money from sponsorship and endorsement money, and a lot of them lost their deals. I can't remember. It was some of them who lost. One guy, I can't remember. It was a guy who was married to Kim Kardashian. He lost his Heisman Trophy award because I can't remember his name, but he lost his Heisman Trophy award because they found out that he actually took money in college. So I like this. I think it's really good. I don't care about the league. I think it's good for the players. I think it's good for the college kids, because not all college kids get to make it to the NFL or to the NHL or to the NBA. And what about the kids who get injured? So I like this. I love this. You're playing, you're a student. A lot of these parents are broke, don't have money. They're doing everything they can to put these kids through school. A lot of kids have these huge school loans that come out of school, and they're in debt for the next 10 or 15 years of their lives. And the NIL allowing endorsements help this. So I wanted to let you guys know that it is out there working, and Celeb made $10 million. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.